Hello. Um, please forgive the new avatar. I sketched it together rather quickly, but that's because I really wanted to do this event. Um, anyway, this is Sky, Children of the Light. Um, it is a really interesting, um, how would you describe it? Oh, I'd have a hard time describing it myself. It is the spiritual successor to Journey, I guess, I think is what most of the, I think is what the dev team usually has said. And here they have an event for the 6th anniversary that is going through a lot of the process of making the game, but also has some lore in it. And I love deep lore in gaming, so I figured I would do a little geek out on lore in a game where your character is described by some of the creators of the game as an archaeologist in a way. Um, so, first of all, I do want some music to be available to be heard. I just don't know. I don't want it to be too overwhelming. Okay. I am on my computer, despite the fact that this started as a mobile game, but you can play it on mobile. Hopefully this all works okay. Anyway, let's dive into this. Sky was originally created as a sequel to Cloud, a game designed before that game company's studio was formed. Sky began development in 2012 with a team of around 10 developers and an office in Santa Monica, California. The first image of Sky was a striking pencil sketch of children flying together, their souls entwined in the shape of a mythical bird. This sketch is by Genova Chen, who's one of the main CEOs of the company, I believe. This has reference to the mythology of the game. There is a mythical bird called the Mega Bird in the mythology of Sky. So it sort of made its way into the game, even if the Mega Bird itself isn't in the game. The Giant by American artist N.C. Wyeth was a central inspiration to Sky in the beginning. That is an amazing picture. Le Petit Prince's story themes became a reference in early developments. Image of Le Petit Prince, authored by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I apologize if I missed that last name. The Little Prince was a story that I actually saw the movie for as a child, before I read the book. It is a beautiful story if you haven't read it. I recommend it. they actually later did a collaboration with The Little Prince, so it's great that they got to. It was an inspiration for the game, and then also you get to see it be a part of the game. The winged migration documentary informed us of the different conditions of weathered by birds flying long distances. Directed by Jacques Perrin, Jacques Clouseau, and Michel Debat, I think. That's a wonderful amount of storytelling depth, because a lot of games don't necessarily take into account like real life exploration, and I absolutely love it. There we go. The overview effect was an impactful video shared by astronauts from the space station who talked about the sense of awe they felt from Earth gazing. This inspired an early painting in pre-production, artwork by Genova Chen. Oh, that is gorgeous. That's amazing. During our early art exploration, our first mood sketches were based on the idea of a child flying up to meet with giants in the sky. During this period, we painted different islands you could glide over. These paintings exuded a fanciful and childlike quality. Art by Jackie Curtin. Gian, maybe? I don't see any tonal indicators or characters, so I can't tell the name. I apologize if I mispronounce any of the names. We imagined a pathway of souls who encountered fantastic giants and creatures among the clouds. Artwork again by Jackie. Artwork by Yuichiro Nabe. That's adorable. That looks like a place in-game that, a simplified version of the Sanctuary Islands in-game, which is almost reminiscent of a wildlife refuge. There are a lot of parallels in-game between the cycles of life and death, and that's a major overarching lore theme in not just the game's story, but also in the areas you visit. So one of the earlier areas is very full and teeming with life. I do want you to be able to hear the music, but I also don't want them to get too mad at me for using the music on YouTube, because YouTube is picky. Artwork by Tiffany Hayashi and Yuichiro Tanabe. This is great first look at the architecture, because if you see the architecture in the game, they actually have a lot more. It's still very stylized, but it's not as stylized as this. Where do we go next? I also love that throughout this you can actually see the wireframing, the 3D mapping and things, because this is the anniversary event. This isn't normally how the area looks. It's actually really gorgeous. Even with, like, even if you can see all the lines. Let's see, is there anything over here? I can't see anything. I don't think so. But yeah, flying in this game is a major component. I'm glad that they, normally in this area, which is called the Hidden Forest, the rain drains your light slowly. It's not doing that right now, thankfully. But it's one of the, this is the third area you usually come to in-game. Our goal was to make sky children avatars representative of any type of player. Instead of a face, we added masks so you could choose your own expression and look. That's nice. Oh, that's cute. The masks in those forms don't exist the same way as they do now, but this is great to see early art. Although it was sketched in 2005, this group image foreshadowed the artistic evolution of Sky before the adventure seasons began. Artwork by Ichiro Tanabe. Oh, right, I apologize. I will have to say there might need to be a brightness warning on this because there are a lot of bright and dim lights. Oh, this is gorgeous. Artwork by Ichiro Tanabe. This is a girl with what looks like a little, like a seed pod on her head that has 3, maybe 4, leaf parts, in, almost a poncho. In-game we have the capes that allow us to fly. Like this. Alright, what do we have down here? Artwork by Jackie Kujang. I'm assuming this is just a basic sketch of the idea of the body shape of the base model characters. Alright, and here's another stylized artwork of the main character ideas, this time with a scarf. Ooh, I love this. This shows a design of a kid with both a kite hovering behind them and then one with the actual cape, which is like the final design they went with. Similar hairstyle to this braid is available in-game, but it does remind me of Breath of the Wild, despite the fact that this was in development well before Breath of the Wild, if I'm thinking. If this is started in like 2015, maybe? I don't remember exactly. But it was developed entirely separately, and it has wonderful flying mechanics. Speaking of flying, is this where I'm supposed to go? Our team realized that the theme of connection would be a core element of gameplay. We made a prototype to test different ways of connection, including an option for players to hold each other's hands. This playtest became a significant milestone in our game development. That is true. Holding hands is a good part of this game. so you can drag your friends with you into shenanigans. Artwork by Yujiro Tanabe and Jackie Ko-Jang. Yeah, and there you see 4 kids in orange capes holding hands. Sky kids, I should say. Backgrounds on the Sky Kids, all of the idea is you are a kid who fell from the sky. Probably a fallen star. More of this is going to be elaborated on. Sky is coming out with a series called the Two Embers that not only has a season component in-game with new quests, but also has an animation that you'll be able to watch in-game in the Anniversary Theater. So I'm looking forward to seeing the more of the lore of the Sky Kids, but also the history of this world, because throughout the game you'll only see it through murals and a few of the memories of spirits within the world. To anchor a game direction, we sought to finalize the core pillars of Sky thematically, tonally, and emotionally. As we approached production, we decided Sky would center around wonder, humanity, and community. Artwork by Tom Zhao. Tom Zhao is one of the artists I would definitely look up. This is 4 Sky Kids looking at wonder at one of the other characters in-game holding a butterfly. But Tom Zhao has a website that has amazing concept artwork for Sky. More artwork by Tom. This is Sky Kids sitting on a wall with little symbols over their heads. Sort of like how Journey, you used to have a symbol that would appear above your head when you would make the call noise. But in this one instead, no symbol appears above your head in-game at this point. You can call, like I just did, but here's more artwork by Tom Zhao showing Sky Kids huddling together near a... I don't think that's a fire, I think it's a floating ball of light, with mantas flying overhead and what looks like some kind of shadows creeping in. Interplay between light and dark and themes of death and rebirth are being cyclical and tied together, and light and dark being tied together are also consistent themes within the game. I should specify this is something that I learned while playing through the game several times, not what this artwork says. This is just a gorgeous piece of artwork on screen. Alright. Where do we go? Am I supposed to go down? As the world of Sky saw numerous iterations, we kept the look of the avatar open and malleable. Once we began to design characters in a group setting, we considered the harmony of their aesthetic on screen. Oh, and this is a gorgeous... It's an outline of a kid that seems to be wearing just a long shirt, and it has a galaxy pattern inside around the heart and almost what looks like a flower or mandala pattern within the head, by Jackie Ko-Jang. I'm not sure if this is also referencing these sort of light and dark aspects, as part of most of the silhouette is dark. Let's see, where do I go next? Part of this is there's so much to look at. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh no, did I miss something? Let's fly. Come on, flying's the fun part, so let's fly around a bit. The movement in this is so wonderful. Flying feels very satisfying. And throughout the game, you burn dark plants to free butterflies, and light butterflies like creatures. And you also use spirits to relive their memories to help them ascend throughout the game. Like that. Let's see, is there anything over here that I haven't looked at? I think I looked over there. Maybe down here. In visualizing the void as storytellers, we presented its impact to neutrality, and celebrated both the light and dark life forms for their own beauty by honoring both sides of its existence equally. We are able to weave a richer world. Yes, this is what I was saying before in the themes of light and dark. It's very apparent in-game. In some of the early concept art by Tom Zhao on his website, you can actually see this because there are notes with some of the concept art, and it lists Sky Kids as being sort of in the middle of this spectrum. This has kind of become a, you're a Sky Kid, who are you kind of thing. We began experimenting with color and shapes that art could compound emotions for encountering darkness and the void. Oh, this looks like it's some of the earliest artwork on the dark plants that you burn throughout the realms in order to free the creatures and butterflies. Here we go. Here's some of Tom Zhao's work. Looks like early concepts for dark creatures. And it looks like you show the creature hunting, dying, dead, and then saved or freed by the Sky Kid burning away the darkness. In these artworks, void, corrupted life forms are represented by dark waters, dark plants and /blooms, dark crabs, and dark dragons, which are all animals you can find in-game. Speaking of which, maybe we can go say hi to the crabs. I wonder if I can find some of them. This is what they mean by dark plants, by the way. We're gonna have our little Sky Kid save some little butterflies. There we go, and you can burn the plant away, and then the light butterflies are free. This might be where some of the crabs are. Yep. Oh, hello. Ooh. They don't like Sky Kids very much. Maybe I'll go through why later. Oh, excuse me, Betty. Sorry to bother you. Oh, I think I missed something over here. The wider ecosystem involving the constellations and life cycle was considered more thoroughly while we designed the creatures. We planted hints of how the light and the void impacted them historically in the world. This sounds like it has a lot of ties to the real-life concept of entropy and the cycle of matter moving towards entropy in the real world. I'm gonna light this up. Let's look at these first. Oh, that's pretty. Those are some of the light creature designs. Mantas and whales, it looks like. These majestic creatures shepherded light back towards the stars. We designed them to elegantly move like aquatic light swimming among the clouds. Artwork by Ichiro Tanabe. That is interesting because also in, I think in Japanese culture as well as in a lot of other cultures, the ocean was tied to death and a lot of and rebirth. For hello, for those in chat asking, it's reminiscent of Journey because this has been described as the spiritual successor to Journey. It's by the same company that made Journey, TGC, or that game company. So the base first playthrough you will have of the game, if you liked Journey, you will love the first loop of the game. I feel like a lot of people have that reaction to it. It has, again, the same themes of life and death, light and dark, rebirth, cycles, things like that. It also incorporates a lot of the kind of environmentalism that Flower has. Oh, do I have to move that dark? Oh, thank you, Darkness Plant, for not getting in the way. Here's more of the light creatures. The art team initially began with a fish design, but they evolved its form into mantas in later iterations. Oh, this is really interesting that they also used bull sharks, maybe, and long-tailed tuna. And I love the ancient creature. I love the first time you see them in game. It's actually very shocking the way that you see them. It's gorgeous. Sorry, I just saw chat for a second. Who asked about Journey? Oh yeah, Xanth. Hello, Xanth. Sorry for the little avatar. I did not have a lot of time to, I've been playing around with making a new avatar for a while, so this took me a bit to, yeah, this is my little placeholder for right now, my little sketch avatar. Let's see, where was I? Light creatures and darkness, and I just looked at that one because it went dark. I like how the little crystals, memory crystal things go dark after you look at them. Again, even despite the fact that this is an in-game anniversary event, it keeps with the thematic parts of the game. Alright, let's go back up. Maybe I'm missing something up here. The crabs are cranky. Little rock crabs are very cranky right now, it sounds like. Okay. Whoop! I'm great at flying, I promise. Maybe not. There we go. The art team explored the pivotal narrative moments when each ancestor would meet with the Sky Children and what would be the most impactful way to visually capture this. That's right, there's some small narration in game, in text, but there is no voiceover narration. I feel like I may have missed something. Was I supposed to go down here first? Ancestor spirits provide a snapshot of civilization's past. Their memories offer significant texture and flavor to each realm, with layers of lore and discovery around each corner. Yeah, so this is... I don't think they mean the elders, but yes, but the ancestor spirits. Isle of Dawn. Oh, the main spirits in the three main spirits in the Isle of Dawn constellation. Artwork by Yuichiro Tanabe. So the ancestor spirits are different from the elders, and they're like more people living day to day, and you can see their lives through playing the game and helping free the spirits. Thank you, Xanth. I'm hoping to make my avatar look a little bit nicer, but I like the loose sketch look and watercolor as opposed to something more solid. Daylight Prairie spirits. All of the spirits also give you more emotes, so they also serve the purpose of giving you ways to express yourself. And then as you build relationships with each spirit through the constellations, it actually helps your flight. I don't know that I should go over the mechanics in this video specifically because this is more lore, but it's a good way to denote ancestors helping you in present day. These are hidden forest spirits, which is where we are. Oh, that's interesting. The hide and seek. The middle spirit is called the hide and seek pioneer, and they look so different now. What else do we have? Valley of Triumph. These realms are going in order. So Isle of Dawn, Daylight Prairie, Hidden Forest, Valley of Triumph is the next realm you travel through. And these are the spirits, the main constellation spirits you find there. And yes, as I like to have the link here as my avatar, which is only a Nintendo thing. Since I play on multiple platforms, I have it, but I had to get the backflip animation, or backflip emote, which if I can find it. Okay, why is my screen flashing? Screen, don't do that. That's not right. I'll have to see if I can cut that out because I don't want anyone to have medical issues. There we go. Backflip. Golden Wasteland spirits. These are the main Golden Wasteland spirits for the constellation. The Courageous Soldier, which is second from the right, is the cape that I'm wearing right now. Let's see, Golden Wasteland, Vault of Knowledge would be the next one. Although I don't see... this must be Vault of Knowledge, probably. Yes, the main constellation spirits of the Vault of Knowledge. Is there anything in here down this tunnel? Is there anything in here aside from angry rock crabs? Nope, looks like just the angry crabs. I've lost the thread. I've lost the storytelling thread. Now I have to remember where I was. Oh, okay, I was just down here. I went this way. I went through the spirits. Oh, elders. I think that was up here. Yes. I think this was where it started talking about the elders. Yep. Valley of Triumph, Excellence. So the themes of each realm. The Valley Twins. Artwork by Tom Zhao. Golden Wastelands, Courage. I love the Golden Wastelands. The elders look much different in-game than they do in these artworks, but I absolutely love the concept artwork. I wish I could do concept art like this. Vault of Knowledge, Faith. This actually shows you all of the elders. It's very interesting that they're kind of covered in what looks like almost dark moss. The Ruler's Sacrifice. Oh, so this would be one of the final area in game. The Ruler, artwork by Kan Lee. I will have to look that up. Because the game follows the cycles of life, there is a heavy theme towards life and death and rebirth. I wonder if they have artwork for the other elders. I know that they do I've seen artwork of the other elders, the concept artwork. But I'm not sure if they have it here, since this is just a showcase. In the early stages, animal guardians were selected as mythical figures who watched over their realms. They slowly evolved into the elder ancestor humanoid characters that we recognize as being integral to the kingdom's rise and fall. That is what is going to come into play probably in the Two Embers, but I'm guessing not until the second season release. Okay, so here are the earlier elders, I think. There we go. Is that all of the? Yes, that is all the elders. The first elder isle is second from the right. The second elder is third from the right. That's prairie. The third elder is hidden forest, which is first on the left. Then first on the right is valley. And then golden wasteland, which is second on the left. And then this elder standing directly in front of the Sky Kid would be the last vault elder. Together they were led by a ruler who ultimately sacrificed himself to birth a new generation of children of light. Artwork by Jackie Kerching. There we go. Isle of Dawn. Wisdom is the theme. So in addition to each area having its own tie to a part of life, Isle of Dawn is obviously birth, and Daylight Prairie is childhood. They also have their own themes, so Daylight Prairie's theme is empathy. And Hidden Forest is resilience, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure Hidden Forest represents the teen years, and that makes a lot of sense. And this part we already saw. Valley of Triumph is excellence. Wastelands is Courage. And Vault of Knowledge is Faith. With the ruler in the last area of the game. You never see them in the last area of the game, technically. I say technically with air quotes. I don't know if you can't really see me doing air quotes. But the theme for the last area is sacrifice. Free the butterflies from the dark plants. Alright. Our animators introduced non-elder civilian spirits to combine quest gameplay with emotion-centric storytelling. These became ancestor spirits dotted around each realm who share their memories. Oh, that was great. A moat farm. In developing the backstory, we sketched out possible life, purpose of the civilization's inhabitants, invest, store, send. Moats, I believe they're talking about moats of light. The sketches by Yuichiro Tanabe. Sketch by Yuichiro Tanabe. This is burn to equal release the ember, probably within each moat. Moat is precious. This looks like it's some type of rock construct. That's very interesting. Holding a little moat of light. You actually see these in the trailer that was released with both the Switch and the PlayStation versions of the game. You see these little motes of light as being central to part, and if I burn these plants, you can sort of see them collect as well. There we go. It began with villagers in each realm who worshipped the soul cycle as part of coexisting humanity and nature. Sketch by Yuichiro Tanabe of two characters and what looks like some skyfish circling a little lit up crystal. Artwork by Jackie Kujing and Tom Zhao. This is the Daylight Prairie Elder as well as what looks like 4 of the Daylight Prairie spirits that are the main ancestors in the constellation for that realm. So each realm has a constellation. And within that constellation are ancestor spirits that you free and relive their memories, and then throughout gameplay can help them ascend. And then you have an elder at the end of each realm that you meet, and this would be the Prairie Elder, or I believe just day is how the elders are referred to. They're referred to by the time of day they represent, or sky day element they represent. Like Hidden Forest is represented by the elder that technically I think is referred to by the staff as rain, which makes sense. It is always raining here. I am probably very soaked. And this you can see the little motes of light and the little light butterflies that are freed. Let's see. Alright. In gameplay, you burn away these dark plants from not only the landscape, but also from the spirits. I don't think that was originally the case for the game, but currently, as the game stands in development now, that's part of the story. Alright, let's see what we have up here. This area introduces earlier work of the kingdom's realms and the visual moods of the emotional arc. Ah, okay. I may have gone around it the wrong way, but this is what I was talking about before. Isle of Dawn concept. And this is... Yes, this is a good sketch. Or this is an amazing piece of artwork from Isle of Dawn, the first isle that represents birth, essentially. Daylight Prairie concepts. This is gorgeous. It is true, Daylight Prairie is childhood, I believe. There we go, Hidden Forest, rain. Teenage years, I believe. Valley of Triumph concept, the prime of adulthood. It's got a lot of action and adventure end games. I wish real life adulting were nearly that fun. Golden Wasteland concept. This is closer to getting into middle age to older. And then Vault of Knowledge for old age. It's wonderful how they have this concept of how you gain experience going through life and how you gain experience going through game, and what makes you stronger is when you can ascend spirits. This is artwork of the Vault of Knowledge, which is a huge area with a bunch of these dark stone lanterns that store knowledge in almost picture form in the vault. Eye of Eden, early concept artwork by Trevor Strigan, and this is the last area in the main game, I guess I should say. And as we saw before, the themes around it are sacrifice and endings. And, ooh, what's this? Oh, the death concept artwork. More artwork by Tom Shaw. It's amazing. That almost looks like it is like a hurricane or storm, but it also reminds me of a black hole, almost. But I know that the last area, the Eye of Eden, also was referred to as storm. So I think what it was meant to be reminiscent of is a storm, even if black hole would make sense since you're a being with light as your core concept and existence. Now let's see, where do we go? Oh. Flying is very fun in this game. That doesn't mean I'm good at it. Burn the little notes. Wait, I need light. You can also burn little motes of light that get trapped in these little dark orbs to free the light and bring it with you. And then the orbs turn bright. And it's actually very, again, this game thematically is extremely cohesive. The storytelling is amazing. Let's see. Our core game pillars of wonder, humanity, and community became our way of streamlining the art, design, and story. If it didn't touch upon these pillars, then it may not have been crucial to Sky. That is a wonderful way to build art and gameplay, and I should start doing that in my own projects. Wonder, there is safety at its center, but darkness all around. Tom Chow artwork. 3 kids holding up light that a dark cloud-like creature is trying to swallow them. I will upload some of the recordings I have of early gameplay of me playing through Sky with my little elf hair. As this is possibly one of the games with some of the themes that I wish were incorporated into other games more, and I wish was incorporated into some of my favorite games as a kid, and I will admit Legend of Zelda was one of my favorite games as a child, so I'm partial to, you know, pointy ears. However, the themes for this seem at once much more complex, but also much more obvious, and I feel like somebody is making the little crabs angry. Humanity. Every moment is better with other players. It does feel nice flying around with other players. I have a few other people that I play with, and it is extremely nice when you can just hold hands and fly around. It feels good. More artwork by Tom Zhao. Community. A feeling that you belong to a global collective that stands for compassion and altruism. This is also reflected, I think, in some of the company's ethics. In the Days of Nature event around Earth Day, they had things you could buy that would also donate a good chunk of the purchase to ocean cleanup efforts. And they donated money to the Trevor Project in their Days of Color to help with the LGBTQ community, which is facing a lot of discrimination, and I mean has been for a very long time. So the fact that they do that makes the statement feel a little bit more close to me. That they put it both in the game's themes and also act on it. Not everything is perfect. I'm not saying Sky is a perfect game, but I will say I appreciate the efforts that have been made. And also it's gorgeous. So this also is something that I consistently have been trying to figure out. It looks like some type of clock or timer, and you find little bits of things of architecture throughout the realms in game, and it looks like it would be a clock face indicating a specific time, but Sky kind of has its own time, I guess, so it wouldn't necessarily use our kind of time reading. But this and the Hidden Forest and a few other ruins and murals remind me a lot of the bits of this game that just are not explained, and almost like Elden Ring, make it feel more alive just because you don't necessarily know exactly what the civilization that made these was from. Where it has environmental storytelling, but it does not give you a ton of text to read through, which is another thing I like about this game. A lot of the game is built on feeling and emotion and also flight. It really does give you that same feeling of when you were a kid and when you would have flying dreams, which is one of my favorite things. It's so fun to play through this area and see all of the 3D modeling and rendering. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's something that I want to incorporate into my own line work almost for learning 3D. I don't know that they have. I think that that's it. Hopefully I did not miss any of the little memory shared spaces. But yes, if you don't play Sky, it is free to play. It is a very fun game. I would suggest doing a little bit more research on it before you start playing, depending upon what kinds of games you like. This is an entirely non-combat game, so if combat is your thing, I understand. I played Elden Ring, I play Night Ring, but as a non-combat game, it can put some people off. I would say it's still extremely fun, and at least one playthrough is well worth your time. It has more content than just one playthrough, however. So if you do get the chance, it is on, I think, almost every platform except for Xbox. It's on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. It started out on Apple iOS. It is on Switch, which is how, if you are, like myself, a Zelda fan, if you download it for the Switch, there is the ability to get the elf hair and Nintendo capes. So something to keep in mind, but you can also link accounts as long as you have a phone that can sign into Sky. You can link, say, your phone to your Steam and Nintendo account and then play it on multiple platforms. So I would say if you're curious about it, play through the first main storyline. Check out these themes of community and humanity and going through life and sacrifice. It is well worth your time. Thank you very much, and I will see you in another stream, hopefully. Safe travels.